Activision was kind enough to send me codes for the Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy collection for the Xbox One and the Nintendo Switch, and I took a look at this game on both of them. And I should say it's a trilogy, so you get 3 games in one package. I did play this on the PS4 Pro. I streamed a little bit of it. I didn't review it at the time. I guess it was a super busy season, so I didn't get to encapsulate a review. But I did keep going back to this title, and it's amazing how addictive and how engaging and how unique the Crash Bandicoot games are, because nobody makes games like this anymore. Is it weird to be playing a Crash Bandicoot game, or 3 of them, on a Nintendo platform? Absolutely it is, and also on the Xbox platform. And I guess I could speak a little bit about the visual updates, because clearly Vicarious Visions and all the developers that were involved in sort of reimagining this thing and remastering these games for the modern era spent a lot of time lovingly re-rendering these characters and painting all kinds of great new scenery and details and embellishments, and they are absolutely gorgeous recreations of these classics. I will say that when you look at the Nintendo Switch graphics on the television next to the Xbox One X, which is what I played it on, there is just no contest. The HDR sort of lighting and the color pop and the texture grade and the details and the fidelity is unbelievable. And it is it's a big step down when you go back to the Switch, and you can really see that there's a huge disparity in the horsepower. It definitely looks better when you take the Switch out of the dock and you're playing it in handheld mode. And all of the gameplay is there. I was surprised at the finesse of the controls was great with the Xbox controller, and it was great with the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. I felt like it just felt really comfortable, and I felt like I jumped into these Crash worlds and was instantly at home and familiar. It's amazing how quickly you snap to that muscle memory, kicks into play, and you can play through some of these levels up until you get to that Ripperoo boss. That thing is just insane, where you're bouncing up on each of these different platforms, and you're trying to sort of gauge your perspective, and the kangaroo's got all of these different jumps, and you're constantly jumping in the water or getting blown up by the TNT. You know what I'm talking about. It's very frustrating. There are lots of levels that are excruciatingly difficult across these 3 titles. I found the most difficult levels, honestly, to be the ones where you're side-scrolling and scaling up things, and you can fall to your death and doom quite often, and you're sort of navigating off of flaming torches and stuff that will light up just in time, and it's so hard, and you gotta stack up those extra lives. You can breeze through these games fairly quickly if you know exactly what to do, and if you got the timing down and the memorization down, and I guess you could sort of qualify that as a pretty big complaint about these titles, but the amount of time and effort that you will take to get to that position, I think, is what keeps these things being played for a while. I don't know if there are that many Crash Bandicoot experts that could just walk up to these experiences and just nail it every time, unless they've kept up their skills all through these years. It's a great day for video games, man. Crash Bandicoot used to stand outside of the Nintendo headquarters with a bullhorn and taunting the Nintendo people. It wasn't really there, but it was a great commercial campaign where Crash Bandicoot was just poking fun at Nintendo and their characters. And here in 2018, you can play Crash Bandicoot on your Switch or on your Xbox One X. And frankly, when you have a game as iconic as this and it's not owned by the hardware manufacturer, these games should be everywhere. If I had a choice, if I was going to get this game for any of the platforms, I would probably, even though being able to cart this game or these games on the road is really fun, and all these extra bonus levels that the developers added into this game are really cool too and incredibly challenging, I would still say that getting this game for the home systems, if you've got the Pro, if you've got a 4K TV, or if you've got the Xbox One X, I'd say spend your money in that direction. But if you've got the Switch and you're a super happy Switch gamer and you love playing games on TV and on the road, you're going to love it on the Switch as well. So I'm going to give this trilogy on the Xbox One X and the Pro a 9 out of 10, and on the Nintendo Switch it gets an 8.5 out of 10.